Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
During President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump's trip across Asia, they have been getting the usual dose of negative press from the liberal mainstream media. It is no surprise that the left is being extra critical of Trump, per usual, but the bias is leaving many Americans furious. Liberals are hammering President Trump over one thing he refused to do while in China, but there is just one huge problem that they fail to mention. Throughout Trump's presidency, the left has been ridiculously hard on him, criticizing every move he makes, and his trip to China with First Lady Melania has been no exception. His tour across Asia so far has been picked apart for everything from the way he fed koi fish to his remarks, blaming former President Barack Obama for our relationship with China, as well as his travel expenses. It has been quite frustrating watching the media tear Trump apart time and time again for things that Obama did routinely that they let slide. The left is being incredibly selective about the reporting after President Trump's joint press conference with Chinese President Xi Jinping. China is a communist country, with no Twitter, no Facebook, and no real free press. We expect Republicans to understand these things, but for the left to know would be quite shocking, which explains the recent fake news reports. Although China is more open than they were a few decades ago, it is still very much a communist country, so when Trump held a joint press conference with President Xi on Thursday, reporters weren't allowed to ask questions, according to American News Hub. The liberal media immediately exploded and saw it as a perfect opportunity to lambaste President Trump. The Chinese government never wants to take questions from U.S. reporters. In the past, American presidents have insisted upon it as a demonstration of standing up for the freedoms our nation believes in. 1/T.co web link. Jake Tapper, at Jake Tapper, November 9, 2017. CNN's Jake Tapper took to Twitter to whine, writing, "The Chinese government never wants to take questions from U.S. reporters. In the past, American presidents have insisted upon it as a demonstration of standing up for the freedoms our nation believes in. But, there is just one huge problem with his claim." As the Daily Caller reported, the liberal press seems to have forgotten that former President Barack Obama did the exact same thing on his first trip to China. While it is true that past presidents, including Obama on a later trip, took questions at press conferences with Chinese leaders, Obama did not insist that journalists be allowed to ask questions during a joint press conference with former Chinese President Hu Jintao on his first visit to Beijing in 2009. So, with this being Trump's first trip to China as well, why is he being scolded by the left for doing what Obama did without any criticism from them? Because they are biased and partisan, that's why. It would make sense that when a president is trying to rebuild a relationship with another country that he wouldn't want to rock the boat during his first visit there. In contrast, it's wise to respect some of their customs. Let's face it, if Trump would have demanded that the Chinese president allow reporters to ask questions, the left would have been shaking their heads about how rude he was or how he didn't understand their culture. The truth is, Trump can't win with the left, no matter how much winning he does for America. As he would say, sad. Truth be told, this is another embarrassing fail on behalf of the liberal media, not our president. No matter how much they hate Trump, the least they can do is get their facts straight. The more mishaps they have, the less credibility they have, and this is exactly why they have earned the reputation of fake news. As the mainstream media is falsely painting President Donald Trump as an embarrassment to the U.S., the rest of the world is offering him a tremendous amount of respect, including China, who treated him with honors, like a tour of the Forbidden City, which Barack Obama never saw. No matter how hard the mainstream media tries to make President Trump out to be some evil monster, the majority of Americans, along with much of the world, have nothing but respect for him. The sooner the media realizes that and tries their hand at fair and balanced reporting, the better off we will all be. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.